they would leave the room with tears in their eyes. Some of them, not all of them, but he would upset them that badly.
Dutch.
Yes.
One man who made a lot of headlines last week for reasons he probably didn't want to was Mr. John Cena. He was a guest on the Howard Stern show, and leave it to Howard Stern. You knew he was going to ask about it, getting John Cena on there. And I know these were probably comments a lot of people are looking forward to because they know how close John Cena is with Vince McMahon. I'm not going to read his entire response, but I will read a little bit about what John Cena had to say when it came to his response to the Vince McMahon allegations and how he is treating the situation. He said, quote, "Right now, I'm going to love the person I love and be their friend. Quote, I love you. You have a hill to climb. There is a saying of you don't know who your friends are until shit hits the fan or your back is against the wall. That doesn't make any of what's going on any easier to swallow. Just telling someone you love them, it's a hill to climb, and we'll see what happens." End quote. He said he loves Vince McMahon multiple times. He did say that this is I'm trying to think exactly. He says the situation is super unfortunate and it sucks. And there are a lot of people out there, Dutch, who are very upset with what John had to say. What is your response to what John had to say?
There's not much to say. I mean, I think he would have been better off by just trying to distance himself from the situation. Maybe not distance himself from Vince, but he's saying that, I don't know what he's saying, to tell you the truth. You can put any kind of damn explanation to it you want. What he's trying to say is, I wish this hadn't happened. This is not the Vince I love. Vince made me $30 million or $40 or $50 million. So I appreciate him there. But just going out and getting women and holding them up in places and, almost kidnapping them and then using the bathroom on them, that's not kind of the Vince that I want to know. So he distanced himself from that and basically said that I think this is for Vince's consumption more than anybody. Let Vince read it. I don't know what good that's going to do. But Vince is still in a heap of damn trouble, big time trouble. So, and I said something else about Cena that pissed the people off too. I said, he's not the greatest wrestler. Well, hell, everybody knows that, I would think.
I'm pretty sure he'd be the first one to tell you that.
No kidding. He's even told me that I'm not the greatest wrestler. And I didn't say it to him. I'd say, but anyway, he drew a ton of money. He is over. And you look at the people who really drew money, a lot of them weren't the greatest workers in the world. The Undertaker had great timing, but as far as doing moves and stuff, he never did them because there was no need to do moves. And there was a lot more that drew money like that. Cena and I don't know, just wrestling plays a backseat hit is how much money you can draw and how you touch the fans or you connect with the fans to get them to take pay-per-views, buy merchandise, and buy tickets. But I think in John's case, I think he'd been better off keeping his mouth shut about Vince, because now the people saying, well, hell, he was saying is what they're saying is he's saying there's nothing wrong with it. Well, I think.
Go ahead, finish it.
No, I think there's a lot wrong with it. What's bad with it is that the news got out. That's the bad part about it. And Vince's own, see, I've said before, this can change from a civil trial to a criminal one. I think that's what happened in the Harvey Weinstein case. And where's Mr. Weinstein today? He's sitting his ass in jail.
Yeah.
And I don't think it'll come to that. I hope it doesn't. But if he did it, which I'm leaning guilty, I think.
Court of public opinion would sway that way, yeah.
And I don't think Vince will ever see a day in jail. Hell, he's almost, 79 years old. And I think, I don't know.
He should run for office at that age.
That is not funny, Rick. Did you find that humorous, Sid? He's trying to be funny here on a very serious subject.
Talking about something serious.
But he could delay it, and finally, Father Time takes the toll, and he's out of here. But anyway, it's and I the only sad thing about it is that everybody knew it. Everybody. It was common knowledge when I was in WWE what was going on. The girls told me what was going on. And, after you hear this stuff over and over, and it started, of course, with Rita Chatterton was her name. And that was before it was so well known. That got the ball rolling there. And now it's come full circle, and now we got charges against him.
Can you clarify, like, what exactly everybody knew was going on and to what certain extent? Like, it's not, maybe not to the extent of what you read in the lawsuit, but you knew that, the ladies in the company weren't being treated correctly. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, he'd pull them in a room, close the door. Of course, he did that with everybody, the guys too. Hey, I got a few stories about Vince when I was in the room. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have brought. No, but he would get them in there, and he would, I guess the term is groom them, I guess. He would get them ready for what might be possibly coming their way, and they would leave the room with tears in their eyes, some of them, not all of them. But he would upset them that badly. And of course, they were told to keep it quiet. And I'd even ask them about it. I said, "Are you okay?" And they went, "Yeah, I'm okay." And they'd have tears in their eyes. And what happened? No, I don't want to talk about it. So, and we'll leave it like that. But I think whatever he did upset them to such a degree that they would come out of the room with tears in their eyes. So you can use your imagination on that. So I don't know what happened, but some of those girls cooperated, I guess. So we will see. I think more news is coming out over that now. You know what I read? The Ashley Mazzaro case. I think they're trying to bring Stephanie in on it, because wasn't a comment made by Endeavor that if anybody knew about the situation with Vince and didn't alert anybody, of course I don't know who they would have alerted anybody to, that they won't have a spot in Endeavor. Did they say something like that?
No, that's just been the report that they're gonna take people out that are associated with Vince. Now, I will just make this perfectly clear. I'll just put this out here. I don't agree with Dutch. I don't think John Cena said enough to separate himself from Vince McMahon. The way Cena talked about the whole Vince McMahon situation, I would have thought Vince McMahon attacked someone that attacked his wife and accidentally killed them. And that's why he has a lawsuit. That's how he made it seem. It made him seem like he is wrongfully being accused of something. And I'm going to be a friend. I'm going to be there for someone I love. And I'm going to be there for them. They did something wrong that, you get to a place that you feel that the person that you've been friends with has put you in a situation where you don't want to be their friend anymore. I haven't reached that point. He literally said that. I haven't reached that point. I'm going to still love the person that I've been loving. I'm sorry, that is not what you're supposed to say. That is almost as tone deaf as what Triple H said. Because what we've seen from other superstars, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Becky Lynch, what they say is, Vince has done X, Y, and Z for me, but the things that he is being accused of is disgusting, and we have to do everything that we can to get rid of that. None of that came out of John Cena's mouth. he should be embarrassed with what he said in response.
I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. He didn't want to. He didn't want to rub the Vince the wrong way.
Yeah,
So, but
to me, he came off as a guy who is looking at Vince through rose-colored glasses and just doesn't want. He wants it so badly to not be true that he is going to stick by him until it is definitively proven to him that it is.
Well,
true.
I don't want it to be true either. But if it is, I mean, I think he should suffer consequences like everybody else. Rick, if you done that, or Sid, you done that, they pull you in court. I mean, you're going to have to, if it's true, they need to throw the book at you.
Sure.
Big time. And Vince is no different. And I hate that it happened. I hate that he was, even reading that, what he allegedly, you got to get that word in there. You got to get allegedly did. It is horrifying to even read. And the reason I thought it was true, and I told Rick, said, you didn't hear this. The most disgusting part of it, of course, is the poop stuff. And I'm thinking, if the girl made this up, she would never put something as wild as that in there. She wouldn't have thought about that, because people would go, oh, nah, that didn't happen. But knowing Vince and knowing that he loves poop jokes, it sounds just right down his alley. So it's not for me to say whether he's guilty or not, but I think the court of public opinion, like you said, Rick, is leaning toward he's guilty as hell. He really is. And I think they're going to go, they hadn't even started going through the people that knew about this or even participated in it. And there's several more that are not even named. But I think I kind of know who they are too. I'm not going to name them. Yeah. But I think everybody that knows about the infrastructure of WWE kind of can figure out who these people are.
Yeah. And look, more is going to come out probably as we get closer to WrestleMania, because it seems like every time WWE has a major event, more of this stuff slips out. And I don't think that that's by coincidence and in any way, shape, or form. And just to kind of wrap up on John, I agree with what Sid said. There's absolutely nothing wrong with John saying that he loves Vince, loving what he did for him, and will always love him for the stuff that he did for John. But hey, the stuff that is being alleged here is disgusting. It's revolting. It's inhumane. And should never happen in any circumstance whatsoever. And we'll wait and see what comes of it. I feel like if he had said that after all of that, the backlash would not have been there. Just like it was, the way that Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch have handled the situation when asked the question. There's the blueprint. There's the guideline. That's how you move forward from there.